For a Sith, there were seemingly two primary methods of attack: lightsaber combat and the use of dark side force abilities such as Force Lightning. But there was another way in which the Sith could manipulate the power of the dark side to bring its full destructive power to bear against their opponents. This was through the use of Sith Magic, also known as Sith Sorcery, which was an arcane expression of the dark side that traced its origins to the Sith species of Korriban, and predated even the Galactic Republic that was founded roughly 25,000 years before the events of A New Hope. In this video expose, I will describe these origins of Sith Magic, and explain its dark side power and why it was so feared by the Jedi Order. Having discovered that they could manipulate the power of the dark side, Sith Magic was originally developed by the Sith species of Korriban. Particularly, it was the priest class of the ancient Sith, called the Kasai priests, who would first come to study the nature of the dark side and utilize it in their practices of Sith Magic and Sith alchemy, roughly 100,000 years before A New Hope. These priests would come to pioneer and perfect the rituals of Sith Magic, wherein they could call upon the power of the dark side in a way that was not achievable by other sentient individuals. But while Sith Magic would originate among the ancient Kasai priests of Korriban, it was further developed into the destructive expression of the full power of the dark side when the Sith species, including the priests, were conquered and enslaved by the Dark Jedi, who'd been exiled from the Jedi Order following their defeat in the 100-Year Darkness, about 6,900 years before A New Hope. It was these Dark Jedi who would amalgamate the magic discovered by the Kasai priests with their own understanding and mastery of the dark side to create the rituals that would go on to form the basis of Sith Magic. Unlike traditional dark side force abilities, Sith Magic was not accessible to every individual who was force sensitive. Rather, it could only be utilized by those who acquired and enjoyed a unique intrinsic relationship with the dark side. In fact, those who could truly master the ability of Sith Magic were extremely rare. As believed by the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Bane, those who could be said to have a true affinity for the ability of Sith Magic was very uncommon, wherein only a few individuals could truly channel the full power of the dark side through Sith Magic. This was accepted by Bane upon his concluding that not even he, the prophesied Sithari and the ultimate Sith, was unable to truly use Sith Magic to its full potential. Sith Magic was a method in which to channel the complete and full destructive power of the dark side, which in many ways was not much different from utilizing the dark side through the more conventional force abilities. The power of Sith Magic was obtained by channeling negative emotions, and each new articulation of these emotions would further feed the dark side power, making it stronger and stronger. Given the potential for what felt like the limitless power that was available to these users of the dark side, Sith Magic was enticing for those seeking this power, as many users were tempted and compelled to continue their exploration into the realm of Sith Magic. Starting around the Great Hyperspace War, roughly 2,000 years after the exiled Dark Jedi started incorporating the magic of the Kasai priests into their own mastery of the dark side on Korriban, the Sith recognized the potential and effectiveness that their magic could have in warfare. The Sith sorcerers from roughly 5,000 to 1,000 years prior to A New Hope learned to combine their rituals and conventional dark side abilities while engaged in combat, making them extremely dangerous to those who stood in their way. However, there was a fine line for these users between engaging in lightsaber combat and using their Sith Magic. Generally, it was very difficult for Sith to cast their spells while defending against incoming lightsaber strikes, or in pushing the attack with their blade work. Sith were often made to concentrate on only one ability at a time, either lightsaber combat or Sith Magic. Sith Magic could be used to produce devastating effects. Sorcerers could use the dark side to unleash deadly blasts of dark side energy that would cause mental and physical injury, to dominate an opponent's mind and alter their perceptions, and even force opponents to take actions that they wouldn't otherwise. those powerful in the methods of Sith magic, such as Darth Bane's apprentice Darth Sana, could even conjure dark side energy in the form of tendrils that could sever and disintegrate flesh and bone instantly upon contact. Bane had to learn of this sinister attack the hard way. Due to these powerful abilities, the Jedi Order came to greatly fear the magic used by the Sith. Knowing the great power that could be brought to bear against the Order, the Jedi specifically sought out the practitioners of Sith Sorcery to initiate the attack against them. They also undertook vigorous actions to try to hide, suppress, or destroy the Sith artifacts that assisted them in their use of magic. Further, to try to reduce the use of Sith magic throughout the galaxy, the Galactic Republic made it illegal to practice it during this period, starting about 4,000 years before the Clone War, and roughly 40 years later, all things connected to the Sith were banned outright. In addition to the legal sanctions, the Jedi authorized their Council of First Knowledge to undertake any means to eradicate the use of Sith magic. Through the Council, the Jedi were able to destroy a large number of Sith artifacts, or otherwise place a number of them under the protection of the Order. Of course, being Sith, these prohibitions were ignored by them, and the practice of Sith magic continued throughout this period. By the later years of the New Sith Wars, and into the reformation of the Sith Order by Bane, roughly 1,000 years before the Clone War, the use of Sith magic was significantly more rare than it had been in the centuries prior. However, the traditions of Sith magic were passed on even within the Rule of Two era, as Bane's apprentice Sana was an active user and immensely powerful in its ways, ensuring that the teachings survived all the way through to the Galactic Civil War among the galaxy's dark side users. So there we have it, the origins and power of Sith magic. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions? Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. If not for me, for epic Sith duels.